Android is exciting because you can get your own hands dirty and make things. Okay, let me just spend a couple of minutes on what's exciting about Android. The best part is that it's very easy to get started. So you want to do a mobile app, it is as simple as ABC. It just sort of takes a few minutes, few downloads to get started, as we'll see later. The tools that are available now are great. They are familiar. Basically, they work with the IDEs that all of us are comfortable with. Uh, the technologies are familiar, so most of the stuff is again Java and XML. The debugging tools, the development tools, the interfaces on those development tools, including creating your layouts, graphics, are pretty good. There is great support and there is a lot of information available on the net. The developer site support forums maintained by Google are pretty good. And so, I mean, sort of, as long as you have a basic sort of inclination and an idea to get onto the mobile phone, and you are uh, comfortable with Java and XML, it sort of hello world is very easy to do, and sort of getting something more sophisticated out is also not a big pain. There are no big licenses, there are no big hindrances or investments required before you can get started. It's what even more exciting than sort of the ease of start is that it's very easy to reach the users, and the number of users is increasing extremely rapidly. I mean, the last number I was told was that almost every day more than 500,000 devices are getting added, and this is extremely huge numbers. So I mean, there are 10 lakh new devices every 2 days that run new devices that run Android. And if you have applications that work on Android, then I mean, you can get to so many devices or so many people very, very quickly. Now, it's not, I mean, all that easy, but sort of it's still very exciting that there are so many. I mean, 10 lakh phones in a couple of days, every sort of, and on the marketplace itself, I mean, putting your app, releasing it is very easy. It's very open. There are hardly any hindrances which are sort of created. It's a very open and a democratic system in which you can put your apps and try and reach so many users. And of course, sort of Google, right from my college days, has been a bit of my favorite. So Android is backed by Google. So that's also something that is exciting. Some things that tend to confuse in the beginning, and they even now confuse me a lot of times. So there are many OS versions that are out there now. The platform is definitely very, very rapidly evolving. New releases, SDKs, APIs are getting added. There are multiple OEMs. There are multiple people sort of who work and bundle it onto handsets and sell it. So sometimes actually you get issues on devices where you've not been able to test or not been able to predict. Usually this happens for more sort of specific features where you're working closely with the device. On a higher level application, this does not hold true. Mobile development in general is painful because of the multiple screen sizes, multiple ways of inputting sort of user inputs to the application. So that problem is still there with Android, but the mechanisms to handle it are part of the framework, part of the examples, part of getting started. So it's not that hard, but it's still there. The marketplace, although in the last slide I said it's painless to get started, but it's in some sense overcrowded. It's already overcrowded, and the ease of putting your apps there has meant that a lot of people have put a lot of applications in onto the marketplace. So although it's very exciting that we want to get to the 10 million sort of the millions of users out there, but being visible in that marketplace and competing with people who are already there is something that needs to get figured out. Uh, so